Joining me now is House Majority Leader, Congressman Steny Hoyer. Steny, great to have you on tonight. I appreciate your time. If you can update us, was there any movement at all today on the health care front before the speech tonight?
Actually, there was no movement. We're waiting to hear what the president has to say. I think there's a lot of fight, though, I will tell you, in the Democratic ranks. Fight to get something done for the American people. And very frankly, we not only hope we'll unite Democrats, but we'll hope we get some Republicans to recognize that the spiraling costs of health care for families and individuals and small businesses is something that we've got to get a handle on. We've got to make sure that every American has access to affordable health care. So we're going to be working towards that end. But today, Ed, was a day really where the Senate, as you know, is working on the debt limit and a fiscal responsibility package, and we are waiting for hear what the president has to say, and we'll be working the balance of the week.
Congressman Hoyer, I want to play a piece of tape from earlier today on Dylan Ratigan's show. I had made the comment that the Republicans have been obstructionists through this whole process, and Mike Pence took exception to that. Here it is.
I got to tell you, that was the one thing, Ed, and, you know, the Ed show is popular. It's not my cup of tea, but, you know, he's good radio and good TV. But look, Ed just said the president ought to consider shutting Republicans out. Ed, newsflash, House Democrats in this administration have shut Republicans out of the entire process in the House and in the Senate for the last year.
I didn't say shut them out. I say move on. But have the Democrats in the House. You're the majority leader. Have you shut out Republicans through this health care debate? I mean, they're trying to play like the wounded soldier here, like poor me and everything else. What about that?
Well, I think, very frankly, they were invited to the table and they refused to come to the table, and that's been the course of their action over the last year. No, we didn't shut them out. They have chosen not to play, though. They've chosen not to participate. Very frankly, I sat down with a number of their leaders and said, okay, what do you want? As you recall, one of their members gave a speech in which he said there was 80% agreement. I invited that member into my office and said, okay, where's the 80%? We're prepared to work on that, and we'll talk about the other 20%. Very frankly, at that point in time, we didn't get very specific, unfortunately. And since that time, we haven't really had substantive proposals, and didn't have a substantive proposal when the bill was presented on the floor from the Republicans. So
Congressman Hoyer,
I think it's unfortunate that we haven't worked together, but it hasn't been because we weren't willing to do so.
How aggressive do you want the president to be tonight? Does he have to reignite the base? Does he really have to connect with Democrats tonight? How aggressive should he be?
Ed, very frankly, I think what he needs to do is connect with the American people. Not just the base of our party, but independents and Republicans who understand that we have to address these problems. What the Congress is a representative body, and what they're hearing from the country is they're not sure of exactly where they want to go. I think that there clearly is a lot of discomfort in the country about where we are as a country, the deep recession, the Great Recession as it's called, that we've fallen into, and they want to be sure that we're going in the right direction. I think the president needs to give them that confidence. I think he can give them that confidence. And yes, he does need to energize our base to understand that we are fighting for this objective, but the way we're going to win this objective is to convince our fellow citizens that it's the right way to go.
House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer, thanks so much for your time tonight, Steny.
You bet, Ed. Thank you.
You bet. For more, let's bring in our panel tonight.